So Gemini, your week commencing the 16th of December forecast begins with Mercury, the planet of communication, and your ruler now travelling direct. But it won't come out of the post-retrograde shadow until the 3rd of January. And the potential for crosswires and confusion around relationships, which has been so strong over the last few weeks, is not diminished because the Sun, also like Mercury in your sector of relating, is in a very blurry right angle with Neptune, the planet of dreams, but also potentially of distortion, right at the heart of this week. If you're wanting to talk to a boss or a potential employer or potential client about an idea and you're wanting to pitch to them, they may feel that you're not coming across with great clarity. On the other hand, you may feel that they are not being very clear about what they want, and that actually is not a very easy situation to deal with. It can't be denied at the end of this week, though, Gemini, one of astrology's finest links, when the two planets of fortune, Jupiter in your sign, links to Venus in your sister sign of Aquarius, sister air sign. That peaks on Saturday, just as we have the winter solstice. But we have to just be aware that Jupiter is retrograde, it is detrimented in your sign, and Venus, whilst it can be great for relationships and friendships in Aquarius, it's not so much about money there. I feel it's more about our higher values. So you could connect to someone who you have a real rapport with, but I don't necessarily think it's so much to do with having a flutter. But also this week, that particular potentially very positive link is moderated by Jupiter's square to Saturn. They're getting closer together. They're going to come into an exact square on the 24th of December, one of astrology's mightiest strategic influences. And that's very much about being mindful that whatever you would like to see come to pass, Jupiter in your sign, and wherever you're investing your optimism and great ideas, how it's perceived in the wider world may be much more of a different matter. That said, by Saturday and the winter solstice, we see the Sun make its way into the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn for you is very much about transformation, and you've had oodles of it since 2008 because of Pluto. Now this year, Pluto is no longer there. So in a way, it gives you an opportunity to look back to 2008 and think about how your life has evolved, particularly around very close alliances, perhaps around how you've marshalled your financial resources. If you are someone who wants to do well with business, you have a great opportunity with this event, particularly with that potentially fortunate link between Venus and Jupiter reaching a peak on the same day. But also the 8th house energy can be about transformation. And if you've tried your absolute hardest around any kind of relationship, with a friend, with the family, in a business alliance, or romantically, and you just don't feel it's working out, that particular transition could see you think very carefully about what you want from your future. And the reason for that is that the winter solstice tangles with a T-square to the nodal axis, and the North Node inverting to the end of the 11th house for you suggests that you might be uncompromising around certain associations and friendships in particular if you don't really feel that they've got a future. So some things could wither on the vine, but the converse is true. If the Sun and Mercury going through Sagittarius has helped you to get a much clearer understanding of who you can relate to and who is important to you, those alliances can get deeper as the weeks go on, right through to the spring equinox. So the 13 weeks from the end of this week could be a time of new people becoming more rooted in your life, people who you have a much closer affinity to, perhaps in a very psychological way somehow. So it's a week that definitely has some opportunities, but it's definitely a week that requires some care too. Have a great week, Gemini. And please do check out your year 2025 personal forecast and get your free gift of your Zodiac General, Love, Chinese and Vedic written forecast.